Welcome back. This lecture is about glands. A gland is an organ of secretion made up of specialized secretory cells. These are derived from surface epithelium. A gland is also called as organized collection of secretory epithelial cells. It has got a secretory portion which can be either flask shaped or it can be cylindrical. If it is flask shaped, it is called as acinus or acini, and cylindrical, it is called as tube. A gland is epithelial in origin. The fluid which is secreted by gland, they can be enzymes, hormones, mucus, and the rate of secretion is modulated by nervous system and or the hormonal influences. Development. If we can see in this diagram, a gland, it arises as invagination of the epithelium. It goes into the underlying tissue. Then the distal part goes on expanding and it forms the glandular portion. Later on, here there is a vacuole formed in between or lumen, and this part is known as the secretory part, whereas the upper part is known as the excretory or the duct. Sometimes the cells are completely detached from the epithelial surface, and this is then known as a ductless gland or an endocrine gland. Classification of glands. Based on the site of secretion, the gland is classified as exocrine, where it secretes its products through the ducts. Endocrine gland, where it secretes its products directly into the bloodstream. So, exocrine gland example is salivary gland, and endocrine gland, the example is thyroid gland. There is something known as a paracrine gland. The paracrine gland is like endocrine gland, that is, it has ducts, but it does not secrete its secretions into the blood. In fact, whatever products it is secreting, it affects the adjacent cells. Para means adjacent, so it is affecting the adjacent cells. So, example is testosterone produced by Leydig cells of the testes. The testosterone which is produced by the Leydig cell, it acts on the adjacent seminiferous tubules to stimulate spermatogenesis. Next classification, based on the number of cells, it can be unicellular or multicellular. The term itself is self-explanatory. Unicellular, composed of single cell. So, goblet cell, it is a single cell, and that is known as unicellular gland. A goblet cell is a unicellular gland. It is seen in respiratory system and intestinal tract. Multicellular, other glands what we are seeing which have more than one cells or made up of many cells are known as multicellular gland. Based on the number of ducts, a gland can be classified as simple gland or a compound gland. If a gland is having only one duct, it is called as simple gland. You can see this. If the ducts are many, it is known as a compound gland. So, in this diagram, if you can see simple duct, there is a single duct seen and the epithelial cells which are the glands and secretory cells, and here you can see number of ducts. Also, one more we can see here is the secretory portion is tubular, so these are the tubular glands, and here the secretory portion is slightly flask shaped like an alveoli, so this is alveolar structure of the gland. So, we can classify gland as simple, having only one single duct, compound having many ducts. Simple can be tubular or acinar. In tubular, you can see here straight duct is seen. With single duct, it can also have a coiled duct like sweat gland or coiled gland. The secretory portion can be coiled. Whereas in alveolar, again single duct you can see and branched or unbranched. Here it is branched, but again The secretory part is branched and not the duct. Here if you can see compound, there is one duct and other minor ducts are also present. So compound tubular or compound acini or tubuloacini means ट्यूबुलर ग्लैंड भी है, एसिनस ग्लैंड भी है और माइनर डक्ट्स है और सब एक साथ मिलके मेजर डक्ट फॉर्म करके एक्सक्रीट करते हैं. सो क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ग्लैंड्स इज सिंपल और कंपाउंड डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द डक्ट्स. Okay, so simple gland or compound gland depending upon the duct. Simple gland will have one duct, compound will have more than one, that is major duct as well as minor duct. Okay, so then classification based on the mode of secretion. Merocrine, merocrine में क्या होता है? The secretion is released by exocytosis. If you can see here, cell है, वहाँ पे ये सीक्रेशन है डॉट डॉट, ये एक्सोसाइटोसिस के प्रोसेस से ये रिलीज कर रहा है एंड द सीक्रेशन इज गोइंग आउट. सो पैनक्रियाज, पैरोटिड ग्लैंड इज एन एग्जांपल. अपोक्राइन, अपोक्राइन मीन्स द अपाइकल पोर्शन ऑफ द सेल along with the secretory product is pitched off. If you can see in this diagram, अपाइकल सेक्शन में ये डॉट्स है, ये सीक्रेशन है, ये पूरा अपाइकल पार्ट पिंच ऑफ होके वो निकल रहा है एंड दैट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ, दिस इज द सीक्रेशन विद द अपाइकल पोर्शन ऑफ द सेल. लैक्टेटिंग मैमरी ग्लैंड, स्वेट ग्लैंड. ओके, होलोक्राइन, होल सेल दैट इज एंटायर सेल इज शेड ऑफ along with the secretory products. ये पूरा सेल और क्या होता है, the cell burst out, the contents are poured out and there is death of the cell. So this is example is sebaceous gland. There is one more gland classification, that is the cytocrine gland. Cytocrine gland में the entire cell is released as a secretion. यहाँ पे होलोक्राइन में होल सेल इज, इट इज़ बर्स्ट एंड देयर इज डेथ ऑफ द सेल आफ्टर द सीक्रेशन इज गोइंग आउट. साइटोक्राइन में एंटायर सेल इज रिलीज्ड एज अ सीक्रेशन एंड द एग्जांपल इज टेस्टिस. बेस्ड ऑन नेचर ऑफ सीक्रेशन द ग्लैंड्स कैन बी serous gland. Serous gland, where we can see it secretes thin watery material. Parotid gland is the example of serous gland. The cells are proper triangular shaped structure. There is a zymogen granules present here, so darkly stained. The lumen is seen small. The mucous gland में thick secretion is there, viscous secretion, and this is sublingual salivary gland is the example. In this, if you can see, the nucleus is pushed to the periphery. There is mucigen droplets here, very lightly stained, and the lumen is big. Mixed gland, the example is submandibular salivary gland. It secretes watery secretion as well as viscous. इसमें क्या होता है, ये म्यूकस एसिनस आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे, और कुछ सीरस एसिनस भी प्रेजेंट होते हैं. समटाइम्स द सीरस एसिना इज पुश्ड by the mucous acinus and it is seen like this, crescent shaped covering the mucous acinus, and this is known as serous demilune. And everywhere you can see here they have shown some cells here, myoepithelial cells. These myoepithelial cells are present mostly in all the glands and they contract and help in expressing the secretion out. Difference between serous and mucous acinus, just now we have discussed. Quickly we will see it. Thin secretion in serous, thick secretion in mucus. Presence of zymogen granules, mucinogen droplets. Round है shape of the nucleus, whereas here the shape of the nucleus is flat and it is at the periphery. The lumen is small in serous, lumen is big in mucus. Darkly stained serous, lightly stained mucus. Okay. The malignant tumors which come from this glandular epithelium, they are known as adenocarcinoma, and this carcinoma can turn malignant. I mean, we cannot say that it is a benign tumor, it can be a malignant tumor as well. So adenocarcinoma is a tumor arising from the glandular epithelial tissue. Common forms of adenocarcinoma are breast carcinoma, stomach, prostate, etc. Thank you.